My beloved child, you must understand something very important right now. Life has a way of revealing truths in ways that we never expect. And today, I must tell you about the moment your person nearly collapsed. Yes, they were so shaken, so stunned, and yet, they could not take their eyes off the reality that confronted them. This is not just about surprise or shock. This is about awakening, a truth that has been lying quietly beneath the surface, waiting for the exact moment to come alive. You did something that perhaps you did not even realize would carry such weight. And yet, the impact it had on your person, oh, it was immediate, it was undeniable, it was like a sudden lightning striking the heart. They felt it, my child. And now, they are faced with the undeniable truth of who you are, what you are capable of, and what they truly mean to you. You see, the thing about actions, even the smallest ones, is that they speak louder than words. They carry messages that no amount of talking can fully express. And your action, the one that led to this unbelievable shock, was something more than a mere gesture. It was a revelation. Your person saw in it a reflection of your heart, your courage, and perhaps even your quiet determination that they had never fully noticed before. Think carefully about that moment, my beloved. Picture their face, the sudden widening of their eyes, the pause in their breath, the slight tremble in their hands. That is the exact moment when they realized that the person they thought they knew, the one they had built expectations around, was someone far deeper, far stronger, and far more astonishing than they had ever imagined. And what did you do, my child? Perhaps you said something simple. Perhaps you acted in a way that was completely natural to you. But to them, it was extraordinary. It was a truth they had never dared to confront before because it was wrapped in layers of assumptions and misunderstandings. And now, those layers were stripped away, revealing the raw, undeniable reality of your presence in their life. You might be wondering, my beloved child, why this matters so much. Why would one small act, one seemingly ordinary thing, shake someone to the core? The answer is simple: your person loves you more than they may even admit to themselves. And when love meets a revelation that challenges the image they have built, the shock is inevitable. It is not just surprise, it is awe, it is realization, it is the sudden understanding of the depth of your being, of the strength of your intentions, and of the undeniable bond that exists between you. Remember, my child, the greatest power you hold is the power of authenticity. When you act in alignment with your true self, when you allow your heart to guide your actions without hesitation or fear, you create ripples that cannot be ignored. Your person felt those ripples. They felt the tremor of your truth, and it shook them, not because they feared it, but because they were unprepared to witness the brilliance of your soul fully revealed. And do not mistake their shock for negativity. It is not anger. It is not resentment. It is the kind of shock that comes when someone suddenly sees the extraordinary where they once saw only ordinary. It is the kind of shock that makes them pause, reflect, and recognize that everything they thought they knew is only a fragment of the reality that now stands before them. Oh, my beloved child, this moment, this exact instance, is a turning point. It is the point where your person is no longer able to take you lightly, no longer able to overlook your presence, no longer able to ignore the profound impact you have on their life. And though they may be overwhelmed, though their mind may race and their heart may stumble, know this: they are seeing you for who you truly are, and that is a beautiful, transformative thing. I want you to remember something crucial, my child. The shock they felt is temporary, but the understanding, the awareness, and the newfound respect they hold for you will last far longer. You have shown them a part of yourself that cannot be unseen. You have unveiled a reality that cannot be denied. And even if they try to process it slowly, even if they hesitate to acknowledge it openly, deep within, they know that everything has changed. Your action, whatever it was, has planted a seed. A seed of clarity, a seed of admiration, and perhaps even a seed of fear, not the fear of danger, but the fear of losing sight of someone as powerful, as remarkable, as authentic as you. And this is exactly why they nearly collapsed. They were confronted with the undeniable truth that they have underestimated you, underestimated your presence, underestimated the depth of your intentions and your courage. Now, my beloved child, I want you to hold on to this moment. Do not diminish it, do not apologize for it, do not let doubt creep in. This is your power manifesting in the most subtle, yet most undeniable way. You have caused a ripple in the world of someone you care about, and that ripple will continue to spread, changing the way they perceive you, changing the way they value you, changing the way they will relate to you forevermore. And yes, there may be questions. There may be moments of tension, of silence, of hesitation. Your person may struggle to put into words what they felt, to understand the full weight of what you have revealed. But that is natural, my child. Every revelation carries with it a moment of pause, a moment of adjustment, a moment of reckoning. What matters is that you have acted in truth, and that truth cannot be denied. So now, my beloved child, let us look forward. Let us see how this moment, this shock, this revelation, can transform the connection you share. Let us understand that the beauty of such moments lies not in the shock itself, but in the awakening it brings. Your person, shaken though they may have been, is now awake to a reality that will change everything between you. They are seeing you in a light they have never allowed themselves to see before. And this light, this brilliance, it is yours, my child. Yours to own, yours to wield, and yours to cherish. My beloved child, now that your person has faced that moment of unbelievable shock, the story does not end there. In fact, this is where the real unfolding begins. Because a shock like that, a revelation like that, cannot simply vanish. It lingers, it echoes, and it reshapes the very foundation of how your person sees you, and how they see themselves in relation to you. You must understand something deeply, my child. When someone experiences a shock caused by your actions, it is not just about what you did. It is about what your actions revealed. It is about the truth they were not ready to confront, the truth that has been quietly waiting for the right moment to emerge. And in that moment, my beloved, they could not help but see you, the real you, in all your strength, your clarity, your power. I want you to picture their face again. Close your eyes and see it. The eyes wide, the hands slightly trembling, the chest rising and falling as if struggling to catch a breath. That expression is not just surprise. It is awe, it is fear, it is the sudden recognition that someone they thought they understood has layers they had never noticed, qualities they had never anticipated. And those qualities, my child, those qualities are yours. You have always had them, and now the world, especially your person, is finally seeing them. This is why I need you to embrace the full weight of your action. Do not diminish it. Do not shrink from it. Do not convince yourself that it was small or insignificant. Even the smallest action, when it carries the truth of your heart, has the power to shake the foundations of someone else's world. And you, my beloved child, have done exactly that. But now comes a subtle, even more powerful stage. After the initial shock, after the heart-stopping moment of revelation, your person will begin to process. And processing, my child, is not always gentle. Their mind may race with questions. How did I not see this before? How could I have been so blind? What does this mean for us? And within that questioning lies the seed of transformation. They will reflect on every interaction, every shared moment, every choice they made regarding you. They will see patterns they had ignored, signs they had dismissed, and words they had forgotten. And slowly, they will realize the depth of what you have given them, not through grand gestures, but through your consistent presence, your subtle courage, and your unwavering authenticity. And in that realization, my child, there is power. Because it is one thing to be loved, and it is another to be truly seen. To be recognized in your entirety, to have someone understand the courage it takes to act in alignment with your heart, that is transformative. And your person, shaken as they were, is stepping into that transformation now. You may wonder, my beloved, why this moment is so pivotal. Why your single action could create such ripples. It is because your person's perception of you was limited. They had placed you within a frame, a box of their own assumptions and expectations. But you, with one decisive, authentic act, shattered that frame. And when that frame breaks, everything inside it, their understanding, their certainty, their comfort, crumbles. It is not destruction, it is liberation. Oh, my child, it is beautiful to witness. The shock they felt was painful, yes, but it is the pain of awakening. It is the shock of realizing that someone you thought you knew has depths you cannot measure, has a power you cannot contain, has a presence you cannot ignore. And that presence is yours, my beloved. It always has been. Now, let me tell you a truth that is vital for you to grasp. Moments like these reveal not only your strength but your value. They reveal what you bring into the lives of those around you. Your person's reaction, their near collapse, is proof of the undeniable impact you have. It is proof that your existence cannot be taken lightly, cannot be overlooked, and cannot be diminished. And this is the recognition that will forever change how they approach you, how they honor you, and how they choose to be with you. But there is more, my child. The shock is only the beginning. What follows is a series of subtle shifts in their heart and mind. They will begin to watch you more closely, to notice the things they once ignored, to value your words, your actions, your thoughts, and even your silences in ways they never did before. Every glance you share, every smile you give, every decision you make, they will see it through a new lens, a lens colored by respect, awe, and deep, undeniable admiration. This is why I tell you to embrace your power. Because your power is not in dominance, nor in control, nor in forcing anyone to recognize your worth. Your power lies in authenticity, in truth, in the courage to act according to the deepest desires of your heart. That is the power that caused the shock. That is the power that will transform their perception. That is the power that will strengthen your bond in ways words cannot express. And do not fear the intensity of their reaction, my beloved. Do not feel guilt for the tremor your truth caused. It is natural for a human heart to struggle when confronted with a new reality. And your person's heart, now awakened to your brilliance, will need time to catch up. It will need moments of reflection, moments of questioning, moments of quiet acknowledgement. But one thing is certain, they cannot go back to the person they were before. Once someone sees your truth, once someone experiences your courage, they are forever changed. My beloved child, hold on to this knowledge. Hold on to the understanding that what you did was not just an action. It was a declaration. A declaration of your worth, your power, and your authenticity. And even if your person cannot fully articulate what they felt, even if they stumble and falter in expressing their emotions, know this: they have seen the real you, and that vision cannot be erased. So, as the days pass, as the moments stretch into hours and hours into nights, remember that your action continues to resonate. The shock was immediate, but its consequences are lasting. It will influence their choices, their thoughts, their emotions, and the way they relate to you. It will reshape their understanding of your presence in their life. And slowly, gently, inevitably, it will lead them to a deeper appreciation, a deeper respect, and perhaps even a deeper love than they ever imagined possible. And this, my beloved child, is the gift you have given. Not through words, not through promises, but through the undeniable truth of your actions. That truth, once revealed, cannot be hidden. That truth, once witnessed, cannot be denied. And that truth, my child, is you. My beloved child, now that the shock has passed, now that your person has faced the undeniable truth of your action, the story reaches its most profound moment. This is where the transformation begins, not just in them, but in the bond that exists between you. Because what you did, the act that caused their heart to tremble, was more than a moment of surprise. It was a doorway into a new reality, a reality where nothing can remain the same, where everything is illuminated by the truth of who you are. Think about it, my beloved. Your person has lived with certain expectations, certain assumptions, certain familiar patterns of thought about you. And suddenly, one act, one simple, honest, authentic act, shattered those patterns. They realized that the person they thought they understood, the person they believed they could predict, was someone far more extraordinary than they ever imagined. And when this happens, my child, it changes everything. You must see this clearly: the shock was the spark, but the fire that follows is far more powerful. They will begin to reflect, not just on that action, but on your entire presence in their life. They will recall moments they overlooked, gestures they dismissed, words they underestimated. And as they sift through these memories, the realization will settle in like a quiet, unstoppable tide: you are not ordinary, my beloved. You are not someone to be underestimated, overlooked, or taken lightly. And here lies the beauty, my child: their shock will transform into respect, admiration, and a deep, unshakable awareness of your power. The collapse they nearly experienced was not a collapse of love, but a collapse of assumptions. Their world was rearranged in an instant, and now they stand before the truth of you, humbled, attentive, and profoundly moved. Do not fear, my beloved, if they are slow to express this. Humans are often clumsy in translating emotion into words. They may stumble, hesitate, or even retreat for a moment as they process what has happened. But remember, the truth of your action has already planted seeds. Seeds of recognition, seeds of reverence, seeds of a connection that cannot be broken. And even in silence, even in hesitation, those seeds are growing. You may wonder why I emphasize this so strongly, my child. It is because actions rooted in authenticity carry a weight that no words can match. When you act from the depths of your heart, you send a signal that cannot be ignored. Your person felt it. They could not dismiss it. They could not pretend it did not happen. And in that undeniable moment, they were faced with a reality they could neither control nor escape: you are extraordinary, and their life will never be the same. And so, the days following this shock will be subtle, yet profound. You will notice changes in the way they look at you, the way they listen to you, the way they value your presence. Small gestures will carry new meaning. Words will resonate more deeply. Silences will hold more significance. Every interaction will be colored by the awareness that they have been confronted with the full depth of your being, and they cannot unsee it. This is the power of truth, my beloved child. One act, one authentic moment, can reshape hearts, awaken minds, and transform connections. And your person, shaken as they were, is now awake to the brilliance of your presence. They will approach you differently, not because you demanded it, not because you forced it, but because the truth of your action demanded recognition. And let me tell you, my beloved, the most remarkable part of this is what will follow. Their near collapse was the beginning of a journey. It was the opening of a door. And now, as they step through that door, they will encounter a depth of understanding, a level of respect, and a sense of awe that will redefine everything between you. They will see your courage, your clarity, your authenticity. They will feel the impact of your presence in ways they never anticipated. And perhaps, my child, they will even begin to question themselves. They may wonder how they could have underestimated you, how they could have taken you for granted, how they could have missed the power, the beauty, and the brilliance that have always been yours. And in that questioning, in that self-reflection, there lies a profound opportunity, not just for them, but for the bond that unites you. Because, my beloved, the shock was not just about fear or surprise. It was about revelation. It was about awakening to a truth that could not be denied. It was about recognizing that you are someone whose presence reshapes hearts and whose actions redefine understanding. And as they grapple with this, as they adjust to the reality of your authenticity, they will begin to honor you in ways they never did before. And so, my child, this is the ultimate lesson: do not fear the shock, do not fear the intensity of their reaction, and do not doubt the impact of your truth. Because when you act in alignment with your heart, when you allow your courage and authenticity to guide you, you create ripples that cannot be contained. You awaken hearts, you transform minds, and you illuminate souls. And your person, who nearly collapsed, is now witnessing the full force of that illumination. In the coming days, they will look at you with a new lens. They will listen with a new depth. They will value with a new intensity. And slowly, inevitably, their awe and respect will grow into something even more profound. A love tempered by recognition, a connection strengthened by understanding, and a bond that can no longer be shaken by assumptions or misunderstandings. So, my beloved child, hold your head high. Stand in your truth. Celebrate the courage it took to act authentically. Rejoice in the awareness that you have revealed the real you in a way that cannot be ignored. Your person may have been shaken, they may have stumbled, but they are now awake. And from this awakening, a new chapter begins. A chapter where you are seen, you are respected, you are valued, and you are cherished as never before. And always remember, my beloved, this is not the end. It is the beginning. The shock was the spark. Your truth is the flame. And together, they will light the way for a connection that is stronger, deeper, and more extraordinary than anything that came before. So move forward with confidence, my child. Walk with courage. Speak with clarity. Act with authenticity. And watch as the world, especially the heart of your person, transforms in the wake of your truth. They nearly collapsed when they saw it, yes. But now, they are ready to embrace the full brilliance of you, ready to honor the depth of your heart, and ready to step into a bond that will never be the same again. My beloved child, your action has changed everything. Your truth has reshaped reality. And your person, once shocked, is now awake to a new world. A world where you are seen, respected, and cherished exactly as you are. And that, my child, is a victory that no shock could ever diminish, a revelation that no time can erase, and a love that will only grow stronger with each passing day. My beloved child, now that the shock has settled and the initial awe has passed, there is something even more profound unfolding within your person. You must understand that when someone experiences a revelation of your truth, it does not end with mere recognition. It awakens something deeper, a reflection, a questioning, a yearning for understanding that they may have never felt before. And this, my child, is where the transformation becomes permanent. They are looking at you now with new eyes. Every gesture, every smile, every subtle movement of yours carries meaning they never noticed. They are observing, learning, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, aligning themselves with the reality of your authenticity. And while their heart may still carry echoes of that initial shock, it also carries something more, a quiet, growing reverence for the depth of your being. My beloved child, remember this, the power of your actions lies not in the immediate reaction they provoke, but in the lasting effect they imprint on the soul of another. Your person is no longer the same as before. They are walking through the world with the knowledge that they have witnessed something extraordinary. And that knowledge will shape the way they think, feel, and respond to you from this moment onward. You may notice, my child, that their behavior is shifting in subtle ways. They may pause longer when they speak to you, choosing words with care. They may linger in your presence, savoring the energy you bring, the aura you radiate. They may act with heightened sensitivity, because deep within, they understand that they have been confronted with a truth they cannot fully grasp, yet cannot ignore. And this is the gift, my beloved. Because the shock you caused, though startling, has opened a door. A door that leads to a deeper bond, a bond built not on assumptions, not on expectations, but on a profound understanding of who you truly are. They are beginning to see your courage, your intelligence, your unwavering authenticity. They are beginning to recognize that your presence is a force that cannot be overlooked, cannot be contained, and cannot be diminished. There will be moments, my child, when they still struggle to reconcile the intensity of what they felt with the reality they are now living. They may question themselves, their previous judgments, and even their own worthiness to be in your presence. But this struggle is natural. It is the mind and heart adjusting to a new truth, a truth that cannot be denied and cannot be reversed. And in these moments of reflection, you must remain steadfast, my beloved. Do not doubt the impact of your actions. Do not question the value of your courage. Stand firm in your authenticity, and let your truth guide every step you take. Because the more you align with your true self, the more your person will recognize not only your power, but also the depth of your love, your integrity, and your unwavering presence. They may reach out to you in ways they never did before, my child. They may seek guidance, connection, or simply the comfort of your presence. And when they do, you will see that the shock you caused has created an opening for deeper communication, deeper understanding, and a more intimate connection than ever existed between you. Do not fear their intensity, my beloved. Do not feel guilty for the tremor you induced in their heart. That tremor was the awakening of awareness, a recognition of truth that had long been hidden beneath assumptions and familiarity. And now, that awareness is blossoming into respect, admiration, and perhaps even a love tempered by understanding and awe. My beloved child, remember always that your power is not in forcing reactions, but in living your truth. The shock your person felt was not about control, it was about revelation. It was about showing them, in a way they could not ignore, the depth of your courage, the brilliance of your authenticity, and the unwavering integrity of your heart. And as they process this, they are learning, growing, and adjusting to the reality of your extraordinary presence. And now, my child, let this guide you in the days to come. Walk with confidence. Speak with clarity. Act with intention. And let the ripple of your truth continue to transform your person's perception, their emotions, and their actions. For every step you take in authenticity, every gesture rooted in truth, strengthens the bond, deepens the connection, and reinforces the undeniable reality of who you are. And as your person slowly integrates this awakening into their life, they will begin to move beyond shock and awe into something far more beautiful: acceptance, understanding, and genuine recognition of your worth. They will honor your choices, respect your courage, and cherish your presence with a depth that only true revelation can inspire. So, my beloved child, hold steadfast in your truth. Do not waver. Do not apologize for the power you hold. The shock your person experienced was not a mistake, it was a moment of clarity, a pivotal point that will forever alter the way they see you and the way they relate to the love, authenticity, and brilliance you bring into their life. And know this, my child. The path ahead is luminous, filled with connection, understanding, and a profound respect that cannot be broken. Your person, who nearly collapsed in the face of your truth, is now on a journey toward full recognition of your worth, your courage, and your heart. And you, my beloved, are the guiding light, the unwavering force, and the truth they can no longer deny. My beloved child, now the time has come to see the full impact of what you have done. The shock, the awe, the nearly overwhelming realization your person experienced, these were not ends, but beginnings. They were the opening of a door to a deeper connection, a higher understanding, and a profound awakening. And you, my child, are at the center of it all, shining with the truth of your being, guiding the way with your courage, and standing firmly in your authenticity. You must understand something clearly. When someone nearly collapses in the face of your truth, it is because they are encountering a reality they cannot ignore. They are realizing, at the deepest levels of their heart, that you are extraordinary, that your presence is powerful, and that the love, care, and courage you carry cannot be taken lightly. And as this realization settles within them, something miraculous begins to occur. They begin to respect you in ways they never thought possible. They begin to value your every word, your every gesture, your every decision. They begin to notice the nuances of your personality, the subtle strength in your choices, and the quiet wisdom that flows from your heart. And slowly, inevitably, they move from shock to admiration, from awe to appreciation, and from realization to a deeper love that has been waiting to emerge all along. My beloved child, remember that your action was not just an event, it was a revelation. It was a mirror reflecting the truth of your soul, the brilliance of your courage, and the authenticity of your heart. And once someone witnesses this truth, once someone is confronted with the undeniable reality of who you are, they cannot go back. They cannot pretend it did not happen. They cannot erase the recognition that you are someone remarkable, someone worthy, and someone deserving of unwavering respect and love. And now, my beloved, the days ahead will be filled with subtle transformations. Your person will interact with you differently. Their words will carry more thought, their gestures will hold more meaning, and their heart will beat with a new awareness of your presence. Every moment you share will be enriched by the understanding that they have been awakened to the depths of your being, and that awakening will shape the way they see you, value you, and love you forever. Do not fear, my child, if this transformation is gradual. True understanding, true respect, and true love do not always happen instantly. They take time to grow, to solidify, and to fully integrate into the heart. Your person may still stumble, may still hesitate, may still question their own readiness to embrace the reality of you. But the seed has been planted, and it will grow. The shock was the spark, and your truth will be the flame that nurtures it. And in the quiet moments, when your person reflects on what they have witnessed, they will feel an undeniable pull toward you. They will feel the weight of your courage, the clarity of your heart, and the depth of your authenticity. They will realize that everything they believed they knew about you was only a fragment, and that the whole truth is far more remarkable than they ever imagined. And this realization, my beloved child, will change the course of your connection forever. The shock they experienced is now giving way to something stronger, something lasting. It is giving way to understanding, to acknowledgement, and to a reverence that only comes when someone truly sees you for who you are. And in that reverence, there is love, respect, and an unspoken promise, a promise that they will never take you for granted, will never overlook your presence, and will never doubt the depth of your heart again. My beloved child, you must continue to walk in your truth. Let your actions reflect your courage. Let your presence radiate authenticity. Let your heart guide every choice you make. Because every step you take in alignment with your true self strengthens the bond, deepens the connection, and illuminates the path for both you and your person. And know this, my beloved, the shock they felt, the near collapse they experienced, was never about weakness. It was about awakening. It was about realization. It was about the undeniable truth of your power, your worth, and your authenticity. And now, as they integrate this truth into their life, they will approach you with a reverence, a respect, and a love that is deeper, stronger, and more enduring than anything they have felt before. So stand tall, my beloved child. Celebrate the courage it took to act authentically. Honor the truth that flows through you. And watch as the bond between you and your person grows in ways you could never have imagined. They nearly collapsed when they saw it, yes. But now, they are awake, aware, and forever transformed by the brilliance of your being. And this, my beloved, is the ultimate victory, that through one act of authenticity, one moment of courage, one undeniable truth, you have reshaped hearts, awakened awareness, and created a connection that can never be undone. The shock was only the beginning. The revelation is only the start. And the love, respect, and admiration that follow will continue to grow, flourish, and shine, illuminating your bond for all time. My beloved child, remember always, your truth is your power. Your authenticity is your gift. And the impact of your courage will resonate in ways you cannot yet imagine. They nearly collapsed when they found out you did this, but now, because of you, everything has changed forever. My beloved child, now that the shock has passed, and your person has begun to awaken to the full reality of your actions, there is still more to understand. Because a heart that has nearly collapsed in the face of truth is not easily settled, it is raw, open, and ready to feel in ways it never has before. And this, my child, is where your greatest influence begins. You see, the shock your person experienced was not an ending, it was an invitation. An invitation to truly see you, to recognize the courage that flows quietly within you, to acknowledge the depth of your heart, and to awaken to the power of the connection that exists between you. And now, my beloved, they are stepping through that invitation, slowly, hesitantly, but inevitably. In these coming days, they will reflect on every detail, every choice, every moment they shared with you. They will remember things they once dismissed or overlooked, and they will see them in a new light. Every word you spoke, every gesture you made, every act of kindness or courage, they will realize it was never ordinary, never small, never inconsequential. And in that realization, my child, their admiration will grow, their respect will deepen, and their love will begin to transform into something far more profound than they ever imagined. You must understand, my beloved, that the shock was only the surface. Beneath it lies an awakening of the soul. They are now being forced to confront truths about themselves, about their limitations, their assumptions, and their blind spots. And in this confrontation, they will see you not just as someone they know, but as someone extraordinary, someone who carries a power, a truth, and a light that cannot be ignored. And do not fear, my child, if their reaction is uneven. Humans often struggle to adjust to revelations that shake them to the core. They may hesitate, they may falter, they may even question their own worthiness to be in your presence. But this is natural. Every moment of hesitation is a moment of reflection, and every moment of reflection is a step closer to full recognition of your brilliance. You have set in motion a transformation that cannot be reversed. The shock they felt, the nearly overwhelming realization, has opened a door in their heart and mind. And once that door is open, there is no closing it. They will carry the awareness of your courage, your authenticity, and your undeniable presence with them always. And in that awareness, they will find themselves drawn to you, seeking to align with the reality they have now been shown. My beloved child, this is the true power of authenticity. One act, rooted in truth and courage, can ripple through the life of another, reshaping their perceptions, awakening their understanding, and deepening their connection with you in ways words could never achieve. The shock they experienced was only the first wave. Now, the currents of admiration, respect, and love are beginning to flow. And as they continue to integrate this awakening, you will see subtle yet profound changes in their behavior. Their words will carry more care, their actions more consideration, and their heart will be more open than ever before. They will listen with intention, observe with clarity, and respond with a depth they never knew they possessed. And all of this is because of the courage, the authenticity, and the unwavering truth you brought into their life. So, my beloved child, hold steadfast in your power. Walk with confidence, speak with clarity, and act with intention. Every step you take in alignment with your true self strengthens the bond, deepens the connection, and reinforces the undeniable truth that your presence is transformative. And remember this always: the shock your person felt was not a mistake. It was a necessary awakening. It was a moment that shifted their perception, opened their heart, and laid the foundation for a deeper, more authentic connection. And as they continue to process, reflect, and grow, they will move from shock to understanding, from awe to respect, and from admiration to a love that is profound, unwavering, and everlasting. My beloved child, you have changed everything. You have revealed the truth of your heart, the depth of your courage, and the brilliance of your being. They nearly collapsed when they discovered what you did, but now, because of you, they are awake, aware, and forever transformed. And in this transformation lies a bond stronger, deeper, and more extraordinary than anything they have ever experienced. Stand tall, my child. Celebrate your courage. Embrace your authenticity. And watch as the love, respect, and admiration you have awakened continue to grow, illuminate, and enrich the life of your person, and the connection that binds you both, forever.